didn't want to clap. Boom. Okay, we're good. Perfect. So, Trey Lance is QB1 of the San Francisco 49ers. That's not necessarily – we're doing a reaction to the draft as it's happening. And now it's getting really interesting because Miami's on the clock, and they may trade, they may not trade. But Trey Lance is a Niner. We were trying to figure – everybody was curious what was going to happen. There was smoke screens. Maybe – I don't even know. I guess we're going to find out after the fact because there's going to be a bunch of pieces written about this.
Oh, yeah.
But we like – it's one of those things where – I guess Adam Schefter said it was between Trey Lance and Mac Jones. And me personally, as I was telling you earlier, was I would have been okay if it was Mac Jones, but God damn it, did I really want Trey Lance at the end of it all? Like, it came down to him and Justin Fields in my eyes. And it just, I wanted Trey Lance over all of them. And I'm just very fortunate. I'm a loser, and I got teary-eyed because
Is there anyone you want to thank?
Dude, I just want to thank 49ers Twitter. I want to thank me for caring as much as I did. I want to apologize to all my fucking people who follow me on Twitter who are like, Jesus Christ, dude, get a fucking grip. Like, all I did was tweet about the 49ers for a month and a half.
Dude, it was, I don't know if anyone here follows Brian. If you should, if you don't. It was pretty entertaining as a third party, just watching all of that meltdown, like that mental process of you going through every quarterback. And like every other day was like this. It was Mac. No, it's Fields. No, it's Trey. No, it's Aaron Rodgers, as we saw today. It was all over the place. We got to talk about that. We'll talk about that later. But I think it's a good pick. I thought Fields was the better pick, but I still like Lance. He still shows promise. And based off school, conference, pedigree that we've seen, Fields was the better guy. But, Lance he's had his time at the subdivision and won pick in 17 starts. That's not bad. And he won the subdivision's version of the Heisman. I mean, that's the best you could do.
Also, part of it is, though, like, because like there's like two philosophical arguments that happen constantly with this. One is where we're going in the NFL. I mean, it really just probably was the ultimate reason why you don't draft Mac Jones is because you're like before he was picked, I think Booger McFarland showed moments of him struggling, and it's just like a headache and something you don't want to deal with. And Trey Lance's mechanics you can fix a lot easier than you can fix Justin Fields and his mechanics. But I think that the other philosophy comes down to like traits over production. And I think like that's one of those things where you try to melt the two as best as you can, and they just went, well, the traits are off the charts. So everyone who says anything about Trey Lance, it's bonkers town how impressive he is. Everyone's always mentioning and talking about how impressive he is. Like, do you know who Daniel Jeremiah is?
Yeah.
So he had lunch with Daniel Jeremiah. Like, he reached out to Daniel Jeremiah. He like slid in his DMs, and he was like, "Yo, DJ, I'm trying to like get lunch with you. I'm with John Beck,
trying to up his draft stock."
Yeah, and they just wanted to talk. He just wanted to talk like X's and O's. Like, he just kept I guess he kept looking for people. Apparently, he just didn't take no for an answer. He wanted to be a 49er, I'm assuming. Like, how do you not want to work with Kyle Shanahan? So I'm just super fucking jacked up and fired up.
Where is Lance from?
Minnesota.
Okay.
From a small town in Minnesota.
Huh. Okay.
1-star recruit. As I like to say, I like to bet on the 1 to 3 stars.
I don't know what's going on with that recruiting process if you can't find this kid. I mean, but yeah, on a bigger picture, Clemson obviously had Trevor Lawrence go first. That guy was picked to go first at like 15.
How funny was the reaction? Did you see the reaction of his family?
It was like, everyone already knew. Smoke show of a wife, by the way, or fiance, or whatever their status is.
100%.
Looked great. I loved that she bent down to say hi to the dog. I was like, oh, you marry her.
Yeah,
you marry her.
He did. But by the way, can I just say this? There's a
couple. By the way, that's Lawrence's first great read of his career.
That's great joke. The most unrelatable thing ever was that experience. 1, he was getting drafted 1 of 1. Unbelievably unrelatable. 2, The whole family knew that this was happening for 4 years, and they just golf clapped. One of the funniest, no one. They acted like they didn't care. Dolphins pick is in. Jalen Waddle.
Oh.
Whoa! Listen.
So back-to-back picks, receivers from the same school that they have quarterbacks played with them go to those teams. So Waddle, Alabama, Tua, Alabama.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, LSU. Big Joe, LSU to Cincinnati.
Wait, Jamar Chase went to Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Did I miss that?
Yeah, that was at 5.
Jamar Chase went to. I thought this was the first receiver off the. Wow, I don't like the Bengals Jamar Chase pick. It's okay. I would have taken Sewell.
I mean, yes, but Joe Burrow's probably talking him up big time.
Sure, I get it, but like a big portion of why motherfucker's got a gash or a surgery on his knee is because of his offensive line, and I'm sure the theory is like, hey, we can get these guys, and I'm sure like it's not that I don't like. I just don't like it compared to Sewell.
There was a lot of talk that he wasn't going to be he would have started at guard, but you're drafting tackle here. And so you wanted like a sure number one, day one starter at tackle.
I trust Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas is one of the greatest left tackles of all time. And he was like, yo, this dude's a surefire thing. Surefire can't miss. I mean,
you want to keep the quarterback happy.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like Joe Burrow, he's great. So it's not like I just don't like it but it's easy for me to say, just like it was easy for everybody else to say whatever. I have no skin in the game. I can be super disciplined and say, hey, pick Sewell because that's exactly what a team needs. You build from the inside out. But it's like if you're in that organization, like you said, you want to keep Joe Burrow happy. But like, I mean, I wonder where Sewell's going to go now. Detroit.
Yeah, well, just to reset, we got Lawrence went 1 to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
2, Wilson, of course, Zach Wilson from BYU went to the Jets.
Looks like he's 14.
He looks so young.
Did you see his?
Hold on. 3, we had. That's where the draft started. The Niners took Lance,
our new king. Everybody bow down. NFL's new king.
And then Kyle Pitts, of course, went to 4 to Atlanta. 5, Jamar Chase from LSU went to his college buddies team.
Yeah. 6, Jalen
Cincinnati, and then Miami. Now. Jalen Waddle
to the Brian Flores football team.
Went to Miami. Yeah. Now 7.
Pick is in.
Okay. What do you think it is? Now Devontae Smith.
At this point, if it's Devontae Smith, I don't know what their needs are. I'm curious. I mean, probably
they just got a new coach who's like a grinder. They're gonna win by kneecapping everybody. Apparently.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And so I think
Devontae Smith doesn't seem like he's going to be the guy. If you're talking about biting people and being tougher than people, you don't want a dude that's barely 6 feet and 173 while he's trying.
Well, Goff already had a guy like that in LA, right? With Robert Woods.
Yeah, but Dan can't. Well, yeah, the other GM. Yeah, the GM who's part of Detroit now.
But now that they have Jared Goff, I mean, in Detroit, you maybe pair him with a guy that he already kind of already played with.
Fields is on the board.
I would take
Jared Goff's
Fields.
Not the future. If they don't pick Justin Fields, by the way, can we root? Let's not root for this. Let's take this out of the world. Because we live in a world where Justin Fields ends up living in Detroit.
It's terrible.
That's terrible. He deserves better than that. We can't have Justin Fields go to Detroit.
Would you go Sewell here?
Yeah, you should go Sewell. Like if you oh God, I'm gonna thoughts and prayers to Justin Fields. Please don't go to Detroit.
I think your feed's maybe 5 seconds ahead of mine, so let me know whenever that comes through.
God, please no.
They're not even close to walking out. Let me get this in before we start. So of course, I've mentioned my Uncle Joey. Shout out if you're listening. Huge Niners guy also. He's been all over Fields, and he sent me this text earlier about 10 minutes ago. For sure, I'm a little bothered that we traded up for Trey, but I'll get over it. I like Trey from the get-go, but started feeling more Fields along the way. We needed a QB with legs, and Trey will do just fine. # welcome Trey to the Bay.
Let's go.
He said that to a text. Uncle Joe, if you're listening, they had to trade up to get Trey. Trey wasn't going to be – where were they drafting, 6?
Wait, say that again? Sorry.
The Niners were drafting 6?
The Niners were drafting 12.
Well, so after the Eagles trade, right?
After the Eagles trade, no, the Niners traded from 12 to 3, and then the Dolphins traded with the Brian Flores football team traded with the Eagles.
Yeah, so you have to make that deal to get up that far. And the reason they went to 3 and not 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever
to be the first,
it's because Atlanta was rumored to really like Trey Lance.
Like I said,
at 4.
If Trey Lance was still on the board, I think Atlanta would have taken Trey Lance.
I agree.
Because you could just sit him for 2 years and then, take the hit on the cap of a 3-year starter. They pick up his 5th-year option and then work on a contract.
I think just this week or last week, there were rumors that if they took Pitts, Julio Jones was on the outs because he's owed so much money. And they're in like cap hell. So it's going to be really interesting to see Julio and where he moves to, if that is the case.
Well, so let me just also want to set the stage, right? As we're waiting for this pick to come in, all day has been theater. I couldn't sleep last night. I was waking up, tossing and turning, grinding tape till the very end. And at the end, I was just like, it can't be Mac, right? And that was just from that perspective. And I was just thinking about the whole day. And then lo and behold, around like 1 or 2 or 12, right before 12:30, before I go into a meeting, right? I see my timelines freaking out, and I see a report about Aaron Rodgers.
You tweeted about this, yeah.
Yeah, Aaron. I love the chair. I love this man.
What is going on with this chair? I saw this earlier. I was like, so they just have a secret fan sitting there?
That guy's wearing overalls and long socks. Detroit.
Beautiful.
Oh, here we go. Pick is in.
Goodell walking down the stage. You're a little ahead of me.
He's saying right now. They select.
And?
Sewell. Penei Sewell.
Yep.
Hold on.
Knew it.
Hold on.
Grinder.
Hold on.
Lineman.
Look, the man, his brother is like warming up his legs. I love his brother. Look at his brother.
He's wearing like those atmosphere things.
Because he's resting, because he's getting ready to fucking work.
What's his brother do?
Work on his get off, dog. What are you talking about? His brother plays left tackle, son.
His brother also?
I don't know. I'm assuming, or it's just that hard being that big and that Samoan all the time. This is like you're fucking always stomping the fucking Earth's crust out of the fucking atmosphere.
Yeah. What are those things called? They look like goalie pads, but they're you have like athletes like sleep in them. They're like anti-gravity.
They're hilarious. LeBron sleeps them all the time. But so Penei Sewell to the Detroit Lions. Carolina's on the clock. Carolina's going to take Justin Fields here.
You think so?
I think so. If they don't take Justin Fields, Denver is basically trying to trade. I'm hearing on Twitter for Aaron Rodgers, which is what we should get to. Aaron Rodgers.
So yeah, go back to your you went to your meeting. You saw 12:30.
Yeah, and so I was seeing that Aaron Rodgers was making the Adam Schefter reported, hey, Aaron Rodgers is no longer wants to be part of Green Bay. He wants to leave the team, and he's got his places narrowed down to the 49ers, the Broncos, and the Raiders. And so the whole time I was like, oh, okay, we're getting Aaron Rodgers, and then which I'm totally happy with Trey Lance. Whatever. The future's still bright. No matter what, the future's still bright. But Aaron Rodgers to the Niners, like for a second, it was fucking game over. And then he said that he thought he was going to San Francisco last night. Aaron Rodgers cucked the draft. He cucked Twitter. He cucked the sports world. Aaron Rodgers. But look at Dan Campbell's reaction.
Dude,
these are football guys, just embracing, not worrying about masks.
They're probably all vaxxed.
No, I know.
Days.
No, I mean, I was just trying to make that joke. It's an easy.
And
joke.
If they're not, then they don't give a shit.
Well, I mean, it's Detroit. How many people are in Detroit, anyways? But
love you, Detroit.
Fuck you, Detroit.
Mississippi and then Detroit now.
I don't even.
Okay, who else do we want to piss off?
Alabama. Fuck them too. This is jokes, but Aaron Rodgers cucking the sports world was just fantastic. I mean, it was his fiance, Shailene Woodley, trending on Twitter.
She does not want to live in Green Bay?
No.
I saw that she lives part-time in Boulder, Colorado, which is the whole Denver appeal. So Boulder, Denver.
If this was part, because is that like a real report? Because I was just like, maybe she's does. I mean, what are you gonna do?
So you got to connect the dots a little bit, obviously, with Denver. So this is Aaron Rodgers' wish list was San Francisco, Vegas with the Raiders, Denver, and I think those were the only three.
That was it, yeah.
And then no particular order. And then, as you said, last night he thought he was getting traded to the Niners.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it came out today, because it didn't happen, and he wanted to
pissed.
kind of force the trade a little bit. So now that it didn't happen, who knows? Trey Lance could still be going to Green Bay. We don't know. Maybe they were making that pick for Green Bay.
That was the initial. So when that went down, I went, no matter what, even if, let's say, Mac Jones was the pick, once this came out, I went, there's no way that it's Mac Jones, because just in case, all I did was imagine John Lynch putting on his jacket and saying to Shanahan, "It's Lance, Kyle," and then walked out. But no, after that, I went, oh, okay, it's most likely going to be Lance, because if you're going to trade somebody, even though they have Jordan Love and they love Jordan Love, it made the most sense just from that perspective if maybe you trade him. And then I just want to say this. I love that Aaron Rodgers is doing this. I like the Packers. The Packers just pissed me off because the whole Jordan Love thing, it's one thing. I'm not one of those people who are like, what help did they give him? And, I mean, Blake Martinez should have never have left. That's another thing entirely. But and you have Devontae Adams, and you have, a really great offensive line, and you have a great play caller. I just think there was a whole I just like players who have leverage to use their leverage, because it's so difficult in the NFL to have leverage. And it just, I was always upset at how it felt like Aaron Rodgers wasn't a partner when he's so much so responsible for what they have to do. And to not even draft Jordan Love, to trade up and draft Jordan Love, that really could have helped them win the Super Bowl. If you had
they haven't taken a skill position player since Rodgers was the quarterback, starting quarterback.
Crazy.
That's nuts.
Crazy.
And so I brought up this hypothetical. I was like, well, okay, what if Rodgers gets traded to San Francisco, Green Bay gets the third pick, and then picks Kyle Pitts?
I love that.
Skill position player would have been fucking hilarious.
The irony. He would have been on his jet back to San Francisco.
But I also saw something that a writer out of Dallas suggested. It's well, what if to appease Rodgers, Green Bay now trades Love?
Which is something that...
Which have we even seen him in a preseason game? I don't even know. I don't think I've ever seen Love throw a pass.
I haven't either. This is what's interesting. So let's say they do that, and Aaron Rodgers still goes, nah. So then they go Trey Lance, and then he becomes a Niner. So
even if they were to trade for Trey Lance, Rodgers to San Francisco, Lance to Green Bay, then you got the two guys, Love, Lance.
See who wins? Yeah.
That's a great TV show title, Love and Lance, or
Love and Lance. I feel like would be Lance Bass's reality.
Lance and Love or something.
Love and Lance.
VH1 in the early 2000s.
Yeah, dating show, Love and Lance. By the way, the heat wave that has been happening in this fucking California spring.
Heat wave.
Okay, well, I'm a thick man, run hot. And
I say that because then we're gonna have people all over look at the weather in Orange County and San Diego, and it's gonna be high 80s, and people are gonna be like, F off.
Yeah, that's true. Panthers pick is in.
And after this,
wait, hold on. They didn't select Justin Fields. They selected J.C. Horn,
the cornerback.
The cornerback.
So that's the first cornerback off. That's the one that Dallas was liking. They're also Dallas at 10 is looking at Surtain. So this is bad news for Dallas, possibly, because then the next cornerback could be selected here. Then you have Fields. Then what do you do?
Denver has to take Fields, but if they're in the trade, if they don't take Fields, they have Aaron Rodgers.
How?
And maybe they take Fields and trade him. This is so interesting.
Yeah, this next pick's going to tell us a lot. This is as big as the Niners pick at 3, the Denver pick, because they could go quarterback. They just traded for Teddy Bridgewater yesterday, but they also have Drew Luck there. They have next year's first to throw at this, unlike the Niners, because the Niners used all their ammo and picks to get up to 3 from 12, like you'd mentioned. So it's going to be really interesting to see. Dallas is obviously looking defense, and the best defensive player available right now is Patrick Surtain Jr. So we'll see if that now Dallas is kind of forced into Surtain. They were thinking it's going to be, coin toss to see was J.C. Horn or Surtain. But By the way, J.C. Horn, son of Joe Horn, legendary
That's
Saints receiver from the early 2000s, late 90s.
That is true.
Going back to the Niners pick, this is the other side of the spectrum. My dad, also Niners fan.
Wait, hold on. Let me just stop for 1 second before that, because I just want to point out that Denver right now is maybe picking quarterback. Dallas, right? You said defense. New York Giants, defense.
Then
maybe.
Eagles.
So the highest that the Pats can go is 13 because the Eagles and the Giants are gonna trade.
Oh, who's that getting congratulated?
That's Horn.
Oh man, they got all their Carolina gear on already. You see that?
Yeah, they already knew.
The whole family.
But check this out. That means the Pats, the highest they can go is 13. So if Chicago doesn't fucking get their head out of their ass and you gotta.
No, you gotta call Dallas. If Surtain goes here at 9, teams have to call Dallas. And you
gotta trade up if you're Washington football.
Yeah, Dallas would sell that pick for a bounty because they're looking for the best defensive player. And if the cornerbacks are gone, they can sit at 15 or 16 or whatever and get.
John, I love this shit.
So yeah, going back to what my dad said, 49ers screwed up. My other uncle was like, "How is Dan Campbell a head coach?" Yeah, so that's interesting.
He's a football guy.
Yeah,
well, the owner is a football
Dan
guy.
Campbell used to be a tight end for the Cowboys, so that's why my uncle's like, "How is he head coach? He hasn't seen him in like 10 years." And
killer and in. Oh, I get you saying. Oh, I was gonna say
he went from Witten's backup, like third string tight end, 5 or 6, not 6 years ago, but like 10 years ago. Now he's head coach of the Lions.
I'm loving
this.
But
the hiring was a bit questionable. But
this is electric.
So yeah, now we got Denver on the board. This is a huge pick, man, because they, like you said, they could weaponize this and go for Rodgers. They could pick Fields, which is interesting, obviously, because I think he's the third best quarterback in this draft. Or they could go Patrick Surtain Jr. and fuck the Cowboys over, and then you have the Cowboys possibly trading down.
I'm so curious because you could argue if Denver drafts Justin Fields that they're going to trade Justin Fields to Green Bay, and if they don't draft a quarterback, then they really, because they have Teddy Bridgewater, they have Drew Lock, and they're trying to get Aaron Rodgers. John Elway he's so desperate. Like, be less desperate, John Elway. He's not that good at.
He doesn't have the best track record of drafting quarterbacks also.
I know he's not Paxton Lynch. Who's the other guy he drafted?
Drew Lock.
Sure, there's another guy Brock Osweiler.
No, I think they traded for them, right?
No, they drafted Brock Osweiler and then traded him to Cleveland.
No, to Houston. Then they offered.
Oh, then to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to pick up his fifth year, his fourth year or something. I forget. But John Elway's fucking so desperate for a quarterback, he shouldn't get one. It would be crazy, though. Can we imagine a world where Justin Herbert's the quarterback for the Chargers, Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback for the Broncos, Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback for the Chiefs, and then David Carr is the quarterback for the Raiders? It would just be like the most Raider thing to have.
Well, at least they'll always have speed at receiver.
That's right. They'll always have a guy that can run a 4-4.
They just signed Willie Snead today, I think.
Did they?
Yeah, the Raiders did. So.
I mean
that shouldn't dissuade them from doing anything. But
by the way, Devontae Smith is totally going to be a Giant.
Dude, he's going to go to the Giants or the Eagles, and he's going to burn the Cowboys for years. That's why the Cowboys need a cornerback.
The Eagles, I wonder, because I always wonder why because when the Eagles traded back, I just thought, like, if you're not going to draft a receiver, then it makes sense to trade back, and then whatever you're looking for, maybe cornerback is too far. Maybe a linebacker. I feel like Eagles are gonna. Oh, Mac Jones, look at him.
Oh yeah, he's still floating out there. I forgot all about him.
There was a video. There was a TikTok video that his girlfriend made, and then it got put on Twitter, and 49ers Twitter found it, and she kept giving him like a dozen cookies while he was playing video games, and it was like a compilation, and it happened like 7 times, and that was the moment where I was like, I can't have this guy be.
There's nothing. No offense to Mac Jones, but I mean, Everyone's been comparing him to Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins got drafted in the third or fourth round.
Yeah, there's a lot of comparisons going on with Mac Jones. To be fair with Mac Jones, to be really fair to Mac Jones, what I see, I'll occasionally see Jimmy G. I'll occasionally see Kurt Warner. I'll occasionally even see Drew Brees. There is a lot of Mac
None
Jones
of those guys
love.
are first-round picks.
That's true. Drew Brees is what, a second rounder?
First to the second, yeah.
Yeah. Kurt Warner, undrafted, and Jimmy G, a second rounder, which is, John, way to fucking go, dude. Way to go, John. Look at you.
So
encyclopedia.
I mean, I did tell you, man. I told you this last week. The draft is I've always watched the draft and obsessed with it.
To be fair, Mac Jones is phenomenal in the pocket. As the sum of the no, he really is, John. He really is.
He's probably great, but he's always had NFL ready players around him, whether it be on the line, receivers, obviously, or running backs. They all produce monsters in that backfield. Yeah. He's never I don't think teams game plan against him. They game plan against his weapons, right?
Yeah.
So, and he's always had probably the lead because that defense is stacked. As we're going to see today, Surtain going. And then I believe there's a couple linebackers from Alabama that might go in the tomorrow, second or third round.
But once again, we're talking about traits here, right? Though, like when it comes to traits, all the things, when you add them all up, you create a really good quarterback. You create a good quarterback who can really see what's happening on the defense, who goes through his reads really quickly, who climbs the pocket really well. The issue is moving laterally.
Here we go. Goodell's walking
Denver
out.
Broncos pick is in. Roger Goodell is walking down. I love this chair.
What is the chair? What does it signify? It's just a fan favorite guy, or it's one guy that he tells before he reads it.
I guess it would be hilarious if one guy tried to tweet it out. Here we go. The Denver Broncos select.
Oh, the suspense is killing me. Tell me, who is it?
Patrick Surtain.
Is it really?
Patrick Surtain, yeah. Holy shit.
Oh, my God. This is a nightmare for the Cowboys.
Somebody's got to call Dallas.
Yeah. You got to call
Lord.
Oh, my Lord. This is Dallas' nightmare scenario.
Who's the PR lady? Who's that?
I don't know, but I like her. She looks okay.
Shout out to Patrick Surtain's outfit.
Who is that? We got to know who that is. Twitter's going to be blowing up who that is.
I love the double-breasted suit I'm seeing.
That suit looks amazing.
You know what? Double-breasted suits are so back. Devontae Smith with the double breast. Shout out to the double-breasted suit. We're all the way back. Shout out to Chris Pine for bringing it back. The double-breasted suit is here. Okay, so while we're waiting in between, we should also, basically this is a draft show, but while we're waiting for the next pick, do you want to...
So, as a Cowboys fan, can I give you my perspective on what the fuck just happened?
It's
terrible.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys for months have been looking for the NFL, the best prospect defensively that's coming into this. They've been pegged, mocked essentially to get one of these two cornerbacks, and now that they're both gone right in front of them, it's a nightmare. This is a nightmare scenario. So,
got trade.
What do you do? Last year they got lucky because CeeDee Lamb, CeeDee Lamb fell to them at 17, and the draft came to them. They tried to do it again this year, and it fell apart. When people say, why did you win those meaningless games in December and January when you weren't going to make the playoffs? This is exactly why.
John.
You try and tank because you need the better pick.
Devontae Smith. What if it's
to the Cowboys?
Smith? Well, no, they don't need him. They got CeeDee Lamb. They got no. Yeah,
they already have one Alabama receiver in Cooper.
Jerry
Gallup.
Jones is pissed on top of everything else because they didn't get Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. So, you got to move down to 3 if you wanted Pitts there. That was impossible. So I don't see what the Cowboys do but trade down. They could go Micah Parsons because their linebacker corps is just depleted.
This is what's so great about the NFL draft, and that and I wish, because NFL organizations are so secretive. Like a team like the Niners, when they were told hey, you might have to do Hard Knocks or more than all or nothing, they were livid. They were like, yo, we don't want anybody to know what we're doing ever. And they made that very clear throughout this whole process. And I just still would love for teams, or for like a reality TV show, in the draft room, in the war room. I would fucking watch the fuck out of that. If you did a whole War Room episode, 8 episodes long, or series 8 episodes long, 3 teams each, fucking 15-minute block, that they're just like a 15-minute block for each team, that would be insane. Just the wheeling and the dealing.
It would be interesting. By the way, hypothetical scenario. If
Mac Jones going to New England.
You think right here?
No, I have no idea.
I'm saying is if Dak Prescott doesn't sign that contract extension,
imagine
what happens here.
Justin Fields easily.
Justin Fields is the quarterback for the Cowboys.
By the way, shout out to anybody who had Justin Fields after 10 for a prop bet. I saw those odds. They were like plus 1,000, dude.
I think the Cowboys are really motivated to trade this pick because you do not want Fields falling to New York or Philadelphia.
Bears gotta do something.
Like I mentioned weeks ago, it was a very rare situation when the Eagles made that trade to go behind the Giants and Cowboys, their division rivals, and letting them essentially make their pick for them. Now it's interesting because if you're Dallas, you don't need a quarterback, but those other 2 teams might. And do you want to face Justin Fields for the next decade?
If Philly doesn't pick up Justin Fields,
Cowboys trade pick to Eagles.
12,
they traded the pick to the Eagles.
They have to have told that
Eagles do what?
Devontae Smith. That doesn't make any sense.
You think so?
Why? You're not going to, unless
the Giants wanted him.
No, Mekhi Parsons. Linebacker. Micah, excuse me.
That's interesting. I don't think for middle linebacker.
That's high. 10 is high for middle linebacker.
12 isn't to Dallas. Dallas got out of the first round. I'm looking at the clock set up here below. 10 Philly, 11 New York, 12 Philly. That means they got a haul. Because if Dallas is trading out of the first round,
look at Jerry Jones's daughter. I just call her Judy Jones. I have no fucking idea what it is. Charlotte. She's the only one.
She's probably told you to sit there. She's in charge of the non-football business part of the whole team.
Got it.
So this is interesting. I want to see. I'm looking on Twitter to see if we see anything as to what Dallas got back. You're
trying to tip picks right now? We're gonna see if we can find some tipped picks while we're waiting for this. Shout out to Real Madrid for having a nice. The Champions League was on Tuesday for Real Madrid, and on away goals. It was a tie. They tied 1-1, and they're only down 1 on away goals. So, good position for Real Madrid to be in next Wednesday, and Man City absolutely. PSG absolutely had a meltdown, and now they're gonna allow Man City. Well, Man City was just a better team anyways, and Man City's gonna totally just cruise to the finals and probably win this whole fucking thing. That was Champions League soccer, brought to you by the NFL Draft.
Nice little commercial break there.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to see what Dallas got in that deal because as of right now, the ticker shows that Philly's also drafting again at 12. Now, if Philly got 10 and didn't give up 12, that means Dallas must have gotten a haul, especially an interdivision trade. Usually, that means you got a haul.
Yeah.
Now, to give up a first-round pick without getting one back in the same year, that's
crazy.
That's insane.
By the way, I want a full disclosure. I knew the Niners were picking Trey Lance today, and I started following him on Instagram at
how was he as a follow?
9 in the morning. No idea. At one point, I followed. I wasn't following, but I went on Liv Coward's page, with Liv Coward's Twitter, just to see if there was any likes, like anything. If she had any tips. That's Colin Coward's daughter, Fox Sports Radio's Colin Coward, who
Judy, right?
Coward, his daughter happens to be dating Trey Lance.
Really?
Yeah, he slid in the 49ers Twitter is well aware of everything Trey Lance does. And
when did they start dating?
At the beginning of February.
Oh, so she was
Yeah.
Also,
she posted something, and Trey Lance like went in the comment section, and he was like, "Nice."
Oh, here we go. Cowboys get 12th overall and a third-round pick of this year. So the Cowboys are drafting at 12.
The pick is in for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
Started with the 6th overall pick, traded down to the 12th via Dolphins, traded up to the 10th via Cowboys. John, you just said that. That's on me.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, while dead time, our a Fast and Furious from Echo Park to space, a Fast and Furious countdown to F9. What a name! That's good branding. That's phenomenal branding.
Yeah.
It's
also my favorite keystroke.
F9.
I'm joking. I don't even honestly don't know what it does.
Oh, I like that joke though. Shout out to Louis Riddick. I'm loving this event.
This is the best, man.
This is so much fun.
You want to go 3 hours tonight? Let's do it.
I'm gonna rewatch the whole first hour.
Well, I'm just gonna say if we want to go 3 hours tonight, well, this episode's coming out in 2 weeks.
Just gonna let it go. Well, what I should have done was I should have just put us on YouTube immediately. We should have started streaming.
Nah, I didn't have my makeup on yet. I gotta do it later.
Yeah, I hear you. 2021 NFL Draft. Philadelphia.
So what's the pick here for the Eagles? Fields?
It can't be Fields. If it's Fields,
I don't think the Cowboys trade this pick away if they think it's Fields.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, who are you taking? Because they only traded 2 back.
It's got to be Devontae Smith.
But even then, why would you let them take Devontae Smith? And you didn't.
The Cowboys?
Yeah. And you don't
because he's 160, as we were mentioning earlier.
Yeah, but he's still a phenomenal route runner.
Or if you're the Cowboys, you probably just don't even give a shit because it's Jalen Hurts as a quarterback, and you're like, I can kick his ass 2 times a year.
Yeah, I'm so curious as to what this pick is.
This is interesting. Like I said earlier, that Denver pick tells us a lot about what's going to happen.
Here we go.
Select. And Dallas got an extra third, so that was nice.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith in the double-breasted suit is out of control. Double-breasted suits are so back. That's what we're learning. By the way,
and he's got a robe tie around it.
By the way, to the people who are going to listen to this tomorrow or whenever, just know, we're doing phenomenal. Yeah, 1, thank you. 2, you and I are absolutely dominating this draft.
Oh, yeah.
We're actually making the proper picks before they're happening. This is phenomenal.
Well, it made all the sense in the world. You know, you got to jump in front of New York for that, because I think New York's offense with Devontae Smith's pretty decent, you know?
Yeah, Daniel Jones would like him.
Sterling Shepard, Devontae Smith.
What do you do if you're the Giants? You have Daniel Jones. It's his, 3rd year?
Yeah, I think so. Saquon Barkley, Evan Ingram. You got Sterling Shepard.
Such dog shit.
Yeah.
Sterling Shepard.
I think you go Fields, right?
Why don't you draft Justin Fields?
I think you got to go Fields.
You got to draft Justin Fields. There's no way the Giants make a trade with the Pats because they hate each other. Dallas. So it all comes. If Dallas is hoping that somebody hits them up at 12 if Justin Fields is not taken here. By the way, if you fall as a quarterback, it's good for you. It's good for you. Justin Fields should not have fallen to 11 or 12. This is all based on team needs and overthinking. And the issue really comes down to it's his Justin Fields is going to be a phenomenal quarterback.
I mean, that is, of course, unless a shitty top 10 that's already drafting the top 10 has a second first round pick. And then Cleveland with Baker a couple of years ago had a second first round pick and then took Baker. Not the best of scenarios, but he's made the best of it since. But
I just think, look at Siciliano. Dumb fucking idiot.
It's got to be Fields here, right? I mean, or Jalen Hurts.
For the Giants?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, for the Giants.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
I don't know. They're 5 minutes away. I literally have no idea what they're thinking. This is incredibly interesting because how do you not take Justin Fields?
If Fields get past New York, Dallas again has to be like, yo, somebody come get your guy. Right?
Yeah, This is Chicago's trading up from the number 20 to the Giants' turn at number 11 QB time. Chicago did it. Schefter just tweeted it out. Chicago just traded. Let's go. Justin Fields to the Bears. I called this shit like 2 weeks ago.
They finally got a guy.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Chicago, Justin Fields. This is awesome. Oh, my Lord.
What did they give up? That's a good fucking deal.
That's a phenomenal deal.
Yeah, so Cowboys, if that's the case, if Fields goes here, they have to go get Micah Parsons for linebacker. They have to pick the best defensive player available. I mean, they could go Barrymore on defensive tackle, but I would go Parsons just because Leighton Vander Esch is up after this year. They're not going to re-sign him.
Sean Lee just retired.
Sean Lee just retired.
Makes no sense.
Vander Esch is just always hurt. Bless it. Great kid, great player, but he just cannot stay on the field. So you're not going to keep him around. Maybe at a lower price, but I think he's gone. And then Jalen Smith is a year-to-year thing because you never know if he's going to be good.
I can't believe, John, I called this last week. It's like if Justin Fields falls,
honestly, to be fair to Chicago, they should have had like 18 quarterbacks. They've been connected to every quarterback since they whiffed on Watson and Mahomes, and they have just not done shit about it. And they wanted to sign Nick Foles and Andy Dalton. They just signed.
If they draft Mac Jones, I'm gonna lose my fucking.
Oh my god!
Could you imagine?
Talk about a nightmare.
Could you imagine?
I was just gonna propose. I was like, what if the Giants pick Mac Jones, Eli Manning 2.0?
Oh my god! Shout out to everybody. Justin Fields. Everyone's gone in Justin Fields' living room.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know what's going on. Maybe Kyle Shanahan was right.
This looks like the ending scene of Infinity War where everyone disappears.
Maybe Kyle Shanahan was right. Justin Fields, Chicago Bear. He just got off the phone. Let's go.
Maybe they did like a family prayer circle in the kitchen.
Oh, man. This is so exciting. This is such an exciting thing. Wow. Here we go.
Pick is in. Okay.
Justin Fields, though.
That's a big-ass couch, by the way.
Where's the double-breasted suit, pal? All I'm saying is.
God bless him for staying home and being with a family. That's nice.
What would you do?
If I'm who?
If you're a first round pick.
I would stay at home.
You would stay home?
Yeah.
I think the stay home move is the move. I don't like to travel. You know? I would hate to not be around all my close loved ones and families.
Really? I would love it.
No, I would hate to not be around them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think because of COVID, if you're thinking like late 90s or the 2000s and like there's not social media and all this stuff, I think you go to New York. But now you kind of can experience it through, like I said, social media, Instagram and all that stuff. You already feel the love and it's such a big event now. I think you can just stay home and feel the same way.
Definitely. By the way, if you're Washington, right, you have a team assembled that can win the NFC East. You have Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's not the answer for the future. The issue is, out of all the quarterbacks remaining, it's going to be Mac Jones, right? The Pats,
who's left,
are going to take Mac Jones at 14 if you don't trade up. I just don't. Once again, you have a great offensive line. He's going to be protected. Have him on a rookie deal. I don't think you trade up for Mac. You see if he falls you at 19, but he's not. The Patriots are going to take him.
I mean, so let's who needs a quarterback still?
Washington.
Okay.
Patriots.
Okay.
Who else is who's 17 or 18?
I couldn't even tell you. I haven't even looked that far. Just because the top 10 was so intriguing.
I know. Well, I've just been obsessed with what the Niners are doing. Here we go. Oh, my God. Roger Goodell, take your fucking time announcing the pick.
He knows how to milk this, doesn't he?
Just say it. Some of us are doing a show.
After this, I'll let you know who's going.
What's up?
The draft order.
Who's going?
The draft order.
They're doing a plug.
Okay, so Cowboys at 12, Chargers at 13, Vikings at 14, Patriots at 15, Cardinals at 16, Raiders at 17, Dolphins 18, 19 is the Washington football team.
So watch out for the Raiders.
Yeah.
John Gruden. Mac
I
Jones, a
don't.
quick processor. That's a real deal. That's a real deal.
Spiderweb banana to death.
I know it's so stupid, but like, you know, he's just gonna run mesh all day. Just mesh. Here we go. The pair selection. He's about to announce it. This dude named Carlos. Shout out to Carlos is everywhere. Here we go. Takes off his mask. Look at this guy. I love this guy already. Oh, I love Carlos. Let's go, Carlos. Justin Fields. Oh, my God.
Smart.
Chicago did it. Chicago did that shit. Shout out to Chicago.
Oh, 4 years too late?
Justin Fields. Yeah. But you finally got him. Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy. God bless him. You know, God bless that old lady that owns the Chicago Bears who's got dementia and doesn't remember who Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace are. And they gave him another shot.
Yo, that family looking thick.
They're big.
Dude, he's 6'2"? Those sisters?
6'4". He's 6'4".
No. He's only 6'2".
I thought he was 6'3" and 5'8".
Nah, Combine was like 6'2".
Oh. Chicago got their guy. Shout out to Chicago. Oh, man.
Okay.
What
nice.
a day. So
their QB room is Foles, Dalton, Fields. Because they just signed Dalton.
Dalton, Foles, and Foles is going to be a good mentor. Dalton's going to be a good mentor.
I mean, one of them's got to go.
Foles. Money, probably Foles. I mean, it depends on the
They literally just signed Dalton like a month ago or two.
Yeah, no. It'll be Foles, but it depends on.
He can sit. That's for sure.
They'll figure something out.
That's a good spot for him, though.
This is exciting. The only thing that I'm worried about is, you know, Matt Nagy. But again, once again, like Trubisky, like I knew Trubisky, like I saw Trubisky play 3 games and I knew he wasn't good just because of they could only give him half of the field and he didn't improve. Like this dude's gonna improve. Like this dude's a freak.
Did we see what the Bears gave up to get here?
No idea, but it was worth it. This is so Chicago. He's a Chicago guy. He's just gritty. He's tough. You know, I think this is a phenomenal pick. I mean, Chicago. Shouts out to Chicago for the Bears for making this pick. Wow.
Oh, okay. So here's Field Yates on Twitter has it. Bears traded pick number 20. That's what they moved up from 164 this year. 2022 first round pick and a 2022 fourth round pick.
There you go. That's fair.
Which seems about right.
That's
reasonable. That's about right.
That's reasonable. There's no trade rape in there.
That's essentially what they gave up for Khalil Mack, right?
They already had the hat
2
there
firsts
too.
And a fourth.
So his agent, I always forget that the agents are like, hey, if Chicago tells me that if you're anywhere near, them, if you fall outside of the top 10, Chicago's going to trade for you. You know, so they had that hat ready.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that he ran through like 12 scenarios. This is all the team's interested in.
Yeah.
This is what they said.
Yeah. I will say Justin Fields, I mean, he didn't look crazy happy, but he didn't. Because he fell.
I think he's probably the second best quarterback in this draft.
Who do you think is the first?
Lawrence.
So why do you think Justin Fields is better than Zach Wilson?
Because Wilson's been a starter since his freshman year, and he's 1 year kind of guy. He's like, okay, all right, let's.
Yeah,
we have 3 other years of tape on you, and you're just now showing out.
Yeah, sure. I think the thing is though, you put Zach Wilson in a Shanahan-like system, which he is going to be in, and all the throws he can make, and with
I don't know, man. It's the
coaching.
Jets. I think Fields is a better pro long term than Wilson is.
I mean, we'll never know. I mean, we'll find out eventually, but it's definitely not going to be next year.
I mean, I have a lot of faith in Robert Saleh and what he's building over there, but I mean, he's a defensive guy, right?
Yeah, but you also have LaFleur. You have Mike LaFleur, who's considered to be the smarter of the LaFleurs. Probably he'll go for it on 4th down. You know,
we'll see. What do they have around him right now, though? They're not built to succeed right now.
Yeah, I mean, they got some guys. They got Quinnen Williams, who's a dog on defense.
Quincy, what to know? Offensively,
off the
Quincy Enunwa.
I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head, but we'll find out. Like once again,
Frank Gore is playing there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the legendary Frank Gore. But once again, like I just think traits-wise, when you look at just the arm, I mean, we'll find out, right? We will find out. Like, there's no doubt Zach Wilson has the better arm, but there's so much more to it than having a cannon, right? As Josh Allen knows. So we'll see. But
pick is in on my feed. I think it's Micah Parsons, or they go Rashawn Slater, offensive tackle. I think he was out of Northwestern.
It's got to be Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I think they have to go defense here
because the Chargers are gonna draft Slater, Rashawn Slater.
Yeah, that allegedly the second best tackle.
Yeah, some people think he's the first.
Yeah,
yeah. Minnesota at 14. Kirk Cousins.
They have. I don't know, honestly.
Kirk Cousins is in his.
You go over Mac Jones. You got Justin Jefferson there. He's going to be there a while. I got Adam Thielen.
Who? Look at this guy. Is that? Oh no, it's the lady.
The lady, man, she's decked out. He just walked right past her. Didn't even.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh.
Because who's this gentleman?
Is this Who is this?
I have no idea. But for the people who don't know, who haven't seen,
looks like E40.
I don't even know what outfit that is. I don't even know how to explain that jacket. The jacket is a rug. Imagine a rug, but in the style of a jacket.
Let's go to drape. It's a nice drapery.
It's a suit jacket. Honestly, though, could be a woman. Could be a lady.
I just don't know. It's 2021. We have to put labels on it.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Do the Cowboys pick their Janikowski here?
Regardless of who it is, small fingers. I want to point that out, and not in like that's a negative. This is about Draftathon. They're like people who recovered from the pandemic. I don't know. So there's nothing but positive vibes to these people. I really like whoever this is. It's a lady.
Oh man, they're screaming.
Oh yeah, look at her hype. I love this. I love this energy. She said, "How about them Cowboys? Yep. Look at all these guys. Look at all these white guys with their
shades of Drew Pearson when he did that in Dallas, or was it Philadelphia when the draft was in Philadelphia?
Oh yeah, he did it in Philadelphia. There you go. We were right. Parsons. Once again, we're right.
Linebacker, Penn State. Last time they got a linebacker from Penn State, it was Sean Lee.
That's right. Who just retired.
That worked out pretty well.
Yeah. Watch Greeny go. Interesting. The last time they got a linebacker is from Penn State. Micah Parsons ran 4.4.
From the Cowboys' perspective,
he ran 4.3.
From the Cowboys' perspective, they wanted the cornerbacks. They couldn't get them obviously because Carolina and Denver jumped in front of them. Well, didn't jump, but like picked them before. So they got their linebacker to replace, essentially Leighton Vander Esch. This means he's gone after next year because his rookie deal's up. And I think, now because they moved back, they have an extra third to trade. I think they move back into the first round at the end of this night, and they take the TCU safety. Can't remember his name, but he's a top-rated safety in his class because they also need deep. I mean, they still need DBs.
The only thing that matters to me at this point right now is I need Shanahan to have sent the PDFs to Trey Lance, the playbook, and I need him to know it tomorrow. Clock starts now. I'm joking. Yeah, so, I mean, dude, this dude, super athletic. He can cover. We can see it right now. He can stop the run. He can cover. He's like the best line. And didn't play last year. This is 2019 tape. Ran a 4.3. Yeah.
Parsons?
Yeah.
He was last year at this time, he was mocked to go top 5.
Yeah.
So, he's a monster.
He's nuts. And I mean, this is like a real deal pick. And they traded back, and they got him, and best player available at this point. I think it's a really great pick by the Cowboys.
And he's wearing the blue suit already.
Yeah, is that a double breast? Is he wearing a turtleneck?
I think so. He's pulled it off.
Man, I want to wear a double.
I mean, linebacker, he's got a thick neck, so he's got to hide it somehow.
Yeah, that dude's just fucking hang clean. Look at Jerry Jones.
Now
this
looks like the Death Star. Like, this is weird.
This does look like the Death Star. That's a great comp. One of my I would love to see Jerry Jones one day doing an interview with a little bit of coke running down his nose. You know what I mean? Like a coke booger running down his nose. That would be so funny.
Yo, he looks dope in that suit. Parsons is big, dude.
Yo, bro, have you ever seen him like pause? But he's bodied up.
Oh yeah.
I saw him when he ran his 4.3. Him and Justin Fields like had a competition because they're working out of, I forget where they're out of Orange County.
By the way, this is the guy who's gonna, him and Kyle Pitts are gonna go 1v1 in a game this year. Yeah, hopefully the playoffs, we'll see. But
yeah,
that's gonna be fucking entertaining. Both 4.3 guys, both ginormous, both new age, kind of,
I mean, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. Chargers are up. They're gonna take Rashawn Slater. Thank you. Minnesota, I don't know who they're gonna take because I don't know who's available now.
Mac Jones.
I mean, it'd be hilarious if they take Mac Jones, but I don't know.
Man, a lot of people have Mac Jones going third. 10 pick Slater is still out there.
By the way, I forgot to talk about Jed York's trolldom today. Such
a waste of time.
He was so funny on Twitter. Like I thought he was drunk. I swear I thought he was drunk.
He probably is, dude.
I swear he was drunk. And also not good on Twitter. Obviously, he's not good, which is what makes it so funny. He's horrible on Twitter. What? I can't even see.
Can you see that?
What does it say? Loving the blue soup, double breast.
No, look, my brother sent a GIF.
Oh, great success.
It's the Borat one. If you're listening to this,
I'm so curious. Oh, shout out to my girlfriend tweeting out. I hope the Niners get the people you want, knowing that she knows nothing about sports because that's
like an hour and a half late.
Yeah.
It's the thought that counts, though, right?
It's the thought that counts. Also, she's at work right now. She's photographing a wedding. Shout out to getting married. Get married, folks.
Safely.
There you go, John. There you go. Oh man, Mac Jones. Whoo.
Is he still in the green room?
He will be in that green room. Okay.
So he actually went, right?
Yes, he went.
Terrible move, kid.
Let's do. I don't think it was a terrible move because he's gonna get drafted in the first round. But let's do this. Who are the guys? Who's okay after Minnesota and New England? Let's say. I mean, New England's obviously gonna take a quarterback, but let's just say they don't. Who else? I guess it's Washington. And after that, like none of those guys want him, and he would just fall to the second. So somebody would trade. Oh, okay.
I got police sirens in the background. If you can hear that, right down my street.
Got it. It's okay. I'll read Jed.
Someone didn't like the Cowboys pick.
I'll read out while we're doing that. I'll read out the horrible Jed York tweets because they just weren't good. Thought I would share my thoughts and experiences today. Can't wait to make new friends on social media. Jed York is just not good. At one point, he tweeted out he tweeted out a lot today. Where is it? So 3 coaches in 3 years wasn't the best decision from 2014 to 16, but I'm starting to think choosing not to know our plan for tonight isn't one of my best decisions either. Thinking about going for a run, suspense is too much. This is hands down the worst one. How many miles should I go for? 1, talking about Zach Wilson. 5, talking about Trey Lance. 10, talking about Mac Jones. 12, talking about whoever the fuck I can't remember. 16, talking about Trevor Lawrence. And then 1, talking about Justin Fields. It's just so bad. Just not good on Twitter. It's so funny. So rich and pointless.
I cannot stand that guy.
He's so rich and pointless. God, that was the most unrelatable shit. Billionaires tweeting, they're just not good at it. When billionaires tweet,
the team was given to him by his dad, obviously, and he's just a rich little kid that still hasn't figured it out.
He also storms out of rooms.
As I texted you earlier, he's also the one that threatened to move San Francisco or the Niners because of the whole COVID restrictions up in the Bay Area. Mm-hmm. In Santa Clara County. He threatened to move them to San Diego for like the rest of the season in December, November, whatever it was. And mind you, at the time he said it was going to happen at Qualcomm. Qualcomm was in shambles. Their a half of the stadium was demolished. There was only one half of the stadium left. There was just nothing but construction all over as they're demolishing Qualcomm and rebuilding it. A stadium for San Diego State, their football team. So he was full of shit. He doesn't seem informed about anything. He's just going on trolling and seemingly enjoying it, which is
just being a dumb billionaire. He's just doing. Yeah. He's just like you said. Like his dad owned the team previously, and
they were a storied franchise while he was around, and now they're
no salary cap.
The opposite.
That's my team. I love him. I love my team. I don't love him. I don't give a fuck about this guy. But I don't know who gives a fuck about their owners in football. If you give why would you ever care about your NFL owners?
No, I think
in a positive way, unless they do things positively.
I think
sure.
The family that owns the Steelers. I can't think of them.
The Maras.
That's New York.
Oh, the Rooneys.
Rooney's, yeah, Pittsburgh.
Because the Rooneys and the Maras married.
Yeah. Kate and Rooney Mara.
Yeah, shout out to Kate Mara.
Yeah.
Rashawn Slater looks like almost like me.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I saw that. I saw him walking in.
Could be his older cousin.
Could have been another life. There's so many mixed kids I see walking through the NFL draft doors, and I'm always like, another life. Another life.
How tall are you? Yeah, that's
another life. Could have been a Julian Edelman. I just needed steroids.
Yeah, and it's Tucker. Is that the Chargers pick, or is that allegedly what they're going to pick?
No, they're already for sure taking.
Going back to the owners that people like, I can't think of any more than that. So just those two.
Yeah, and
Jerry's been interesting, but no one really likes him because he's also the GM.
We, as a society, we should root for a Jerry Jones press conference with a little bit of cocaine coming down his nose. I think that would be an amazing kind of.
I don't know if his heart can take it. He's in his 80s.
Oh, that man is on all kinds of Viagra. That man is steady mobbing, daily dose of Cialis, dude.
Yeah.
that man's living. You don't just have a yacht at 80 and then not have beautiful women on the yacht.
Small.
You don't have. He doesn't have women his age on the yacht.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely
no.
not.
He's on yachts, crushing Cialis and Viagra cocktails, crushing supermodels.
He's cutting them up and then snorting them.
Yeah. He's like, oh, sure. Shoot, damn, I remember when I used to do cocaine.
Oh, here we go. As you said, Rashawn Slater.
Yeah.
And he's got the suit the same color. Oh,
I hate that suit. That white.
That's the worst one so far.
That is a horrible. That is a big family as well.
I was just going to say, all of them girls thick.
Yeah. Huge. That big. Pat Fitzgerald, Northwestern head coach.
Oh, that's cool.
Very good coach, Pat Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Very good coach.
Shout out to the Big Ten.
That's a large man.
Yeah, that is a huge.
Terrible suit, as you said.
It's checkered, blue and white. It's just not good. Whoever the stylist was all kinds of from the Midwest.
And like the lapel collar up top is like plain white. The rest of the suit is like a aqua blue. All
right, so we're about an hour in, John.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do up until New England. Let's see where that goes.
At 15, okay, do that.
And we'll wrap it up.
Do you want to reset? Do you want to reset and summarize the picks?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so we have Jacksonville picked Lawrence, of course. New York picked Zach Wilson, which everyone knew those two picks were going to happen. The draft started at 3. Niners got their boy Lance to be their quarterback for the next 15 years. Atlanta went with Kyle Pitts, the tight end from Florida. Cincy went with Jamar Chase to pair him with his college buddy at LSU, Joe Burrow. Miami Dolphins did the same thing with Jalen Waddle out of Alabama. Lions went with the grinder, Penei Sewell out of Oregon, the offensive tackle. And then back-to-back picks, cornerbacks. Panthers took J.C. Horn, son of Joe Horn at 8. 9, the Broncos took Patrick Surtain the second. Excuse me, I was saying junior earlier. It's the second from Alabama, cornerback. At 10, the Eagles traded up with the Cowboys. Cowboys traded back to 12 and grabbed an extra third. The Eagles got Devontae Smith, the Heisman Trophy winner from Alabama. And then the Bears traded up also with the New York Giants and picked their boy Justin Fields, quarterback at Ohio State, national champion Ohio State. And the Cowboys just picked linebacker Micah Parsons out of Penn State. And so it looks like everyone has a pretty decent draft. I'd say if you're looking for a disappointed fan base, it's probably got to be Dallas. They just didn't get the cornerback that they wanted, but they still got a pretty good linebacker position of need. And so I think this draft is kind of going how all the teams want. No one's really reaching too far for a guy. And there's Aaron Rodgers trade is still lurking out there somewhere.
That's what's super exciting.
Denver or San Francisco, if that ever happens, either tonight or whenever in the future. But it's pretty entertaining. Like Brian just told you, we're going to go. We have 3 more picks. We have the Chargers at 13. I knew it.
Vikings trade to pick to the Jets. I was just about to say. I think the Vikings are going to trade out of this because who are they going to get? Vikings just traded to the Jets. Now who are the Jets going to get? Who's a skill position on the board?
I missed the pick at 13. Rashawn Slater.
Yeah.
Tackle from Northwestern that we just saw. And so we have 14 Vikings just traded it to the Jets, and then 15 the Patriots next. Who do you think the Jets are going to go with here?
They got to go with a skill guy. I mean,
Elijah Moore at Ole Miss.
Salah is also a defensive guy, though. I don't know what defensive stars are left that won't be a reach. I don't know what linemen are left that won't be a reach. I'm trying to think who they have their eye on because both tackles are gone. So you're not going to get an offensive lineman, which would have been nice.
There's that kid from USC still available. I think he's an offensive guard.
There you go. Maybe it's that guy.
Turner or Vernon Turner. I can't remember his name.
I'm just trying to think what receivers are available.
Elijah Moore was the next ranked one by Mel Kiper out of Ole Miss.
Okay. But where was he projected? Wasn't he projected in the 20s?
Yeah. But I think they because the Jets were at 23 they moved up to 14 for a reason. So I'm assuming they're thinking New England's going to try and grab a first-round receiver.
By the way, I love what Joe Douglas and the Jets are doing. Joe Douglas is the general manager. Salah, LaFleur, these are aggressive moves. This is an aggressive move. You trade Sam Darnold away, you start new. Even though Sam Darnold, you don't know. There's so many questions of what you're going to do if he balls out. Can he ball out? And then you get a guy like Zach Wilson. And then you trade up in the draft. I fucking love it. By the way, is it trade up or trade down?
You trade up when you move up picks.
Okay, I've been trying to figure that out. I didn't even see. That's what you should have worn, Justin Fields, instead of wearing jeans with fucking.
Okay, so I'm seeing this on Twitter. Micah Parsons' parents are Cowboys fans.
Must be very excited.
I'm sure that's pretty exciting. That could signify why he wore that color suit. So this is Micah Parsons emotional after drafted number 12 of the Cowboys. This moment is so big. Y'all don't understand. My parents are Cowboys fans. All last year I said I was going to Dallas. If that doesn't show that God is real, I don't know what does.
Bang, bang.
Okay.
I'm trying to see.
That's 2 years in a row. Their first round pick, I think, was a Cowboys fan. Pretty sure CeeDee Lamb and then also Trey Diggs, their second round pick last year. Both grew up Cowboys fans. Which I don't know why. Please don't, because it's terrible. But bless you. Welcome to Cowboys Nation.
I wonder who the Jets are going to pick. This is it. This and the New England pick, and then it's donezo. New England's got to go with Mac Jones. This will be super interesting. What else happened in the world of sports since Sunday? Once again, hold on. Let me just plug from Echo Park to space, a Fast and Furious Countdown F9. Episode 1 is out. Fast and Furious 1 is out. I will be posting that to my story later today.
Are we getting video on that? That was the best time.
Yeah, I got to get that video out. That video will probably be out by tomorrow, and then this one is probably going to be out by tonight, just because of how recent it is. And you can watch the Fast and Furious Countdown at any time.
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever.
And next week we'll have Too Fast, Too Furious, I believe. Correct?
That's right. Yes.
And we'll record that.
And it'll be more organized and more structured.
But just as much fun.
I'm going to say,
if not more.
Too
Fast, Too Furious.
Twice as much fun.
Too much fun.
Too much fun. It's gonna be too much fun. All right, what else happened? Baseball. Cubs stink.
Yeah, well, we actually had Anthony Rizzo strike out Freddie
Yeah, I
Freeman,
saw that.
who was the NL MVP last year.
Yeah, that was funny. That was fun.
Position player.
Everyone had a laugh. By the way, when Freddie Freeman smiled like he did, I kind of hated it.
Really? Why?
Just as like a competitive dude.
The game was like 11 or 10-0.
I had no idea what any of the context was.
That's the only reason the position player will ever come in to pitch is if the game is a blowout.
Because all I saw was the strikeout, and I had I didn't have any context whatsoever what else was happening, and then I thought I was like, yo, that's kind of a beta move. But also, Champions League, do you have picks? Have you watched any of the games? We're back.
Well, it's been a busy work week for me, so I think I only watched a little bit of that Real Madrid game versus Chelsea. Chelsea, pretty surprising that the game was tied 1-1, but they should have scored like 18 goals. Yeah. They were attacking left and right, which says a lot about Real because Chelsea scoring wise hasn't been that great in the Premier League this year. I think
which is interesting.
I looked it up. I think they're eighth. They're eighth. When it comes to scoring goals.
Oh, and scoring goals. It's interesting because they're very creative in the final third.
They try to be. They haven't been very successful at that.
From the little bit that I've seen, I'm like some of the stuff I see, I'm just like, oh, listen.
They got a lot of young guys. What's the German kid's name up top? Timo Werner just hasn't been putting it in for them.
Here we go.
It's a big offseason signing.
The Jets select.
Mac
Jesus
Jones.
Christ, man. Here we go.
That's a big system behind him, too.
There you go. Elijah Miro, whatever. Elijah from Ole Miss. Elijah Moore. Getting Zach Wilson weapons. Mac Jones just literally on the phone with Bill Belichick. Here we go. And he's going to be a Patriot.
So sitting behind Cam.
Mm-hmm.
Those QB meetings are going to be interesting with an Auburn kid and an Alabama kid.
You know what's going to be interesting is when Mac Jones goes in, because he might be a better passer of the football right now, not a better arm. Better. He's more accurate than Cam Newton is.
Oh, right now, probably. Well, I don't know.
Probably.
I saw Mac Jones pro day. I don't know.
Yeah, from the pro day, if you play like the pro day, but the man. Oh, it's it's the other guy that we said, the USC left tackle.
Oh, it wasn't Moore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once again, we weren't off.
It's the guard.
Yeah, we said one or the other.
Yeah. What's his name?
Position of need. You got to protect
something Turner.
You got to protect.
There's a hyphen in there somewhere.
I don't know. He had Oakland. He was wearing a jacket that said Oakland on the back. You got to protect the new dog. By the way, Sam Darnold's looking at this being like, all right, stick. Like, where was any of this when I was drafted? To which I would say you had Adam Gase as a coach.
Elijah Vera Tucker.
There we go. This is Salah, and this is Robert Salah and fucking Mike LaFleur we're talking about, and Joe Douglas. It's a new era. Jets are in good hands, especially now. And the owner's gone. The owner's in fucking. Well, he was an ambassador to whatever fucking country. It was a good pick.
That's a good pick. I think you got a young investment or new investment in a young quarterback. You got to protect him. I think that's what they're doing here.
I love it.
What do you do if you're New England?
Patriots on the clock. They already drafted Mac Jones.
You think so?
Yeah, he was on the phone.
He doesn't look excited.
If he doesn't get picked up here,
he's going to the Raiders at 17. If that's the case.
Yeah. He'll go to the Raiders or he'll go to Washington.
Yeah, he won't get past 19.
No. It doesn't. If they don't pick him, I'm curious who they'll take. It's just where the pick is in. It's just where the game is. No, he's just laterally. It's tough.
This has got to be Mac, right? Like, I mean, that pick is in way early. We just saw him get off the phone.
Yeah.
Saban and Belichick have a very good relationship.
Like, it only makes sense.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Is that Charlie Weiss? Who is that?
No, it's another guy who I don't know. Somebody
Is Charlie
who was
Weiss
sick
still
who's
with
not
us?
sick anymore. Could be, could not be. I don't
Sorry
know.
if I misspoke there. I have a feeling he's not.
I have no idea. Man, what a draft. Been kind of chalky, and I fuck with it, except for the third.
Charlie Weiss still alive.
There you go.
Why
there
do
you
I
go.
think he had passed?
Way to go, Charlie. Way to kick.
Oh,
Way to kick science's ass, Charlie Weiss.
he had health issues. That's why I thought he was.
That's what I'm saying. You can't be that big,
yeah.
and that's a
gastric bypass. Lost 90 pounds.
Oh, there you go. There's your answer. Here we go. Oh, I hope he's all of Boston with the 15th pick in the NFL draft.
Terrible haircut on this guy.
Yeah. Here we go. 6-time world champions. Mac Jones. There it is.
Who?
There it is. Mac Jones with Bill
Jones.
Belichick is gonna be lethal. He's gonna find a way, just like Shanahan would have. Two best scenarios. Mac Jones is gonna
Look at this guy, like a fucking. He looked like he's walking in like a senator.
He wants to get. He's fired up.
Yeah.
He's super.
Yo, that's it. I mean,
he's fired up. That's a really good pick.
yeah.
Mac Jones at 15 is still a really good pick. Mac Jones, honestly, I mean, Mac Jones at 3, I still don't even. I wouldn't have been like.
He looks so boring.
Horrible. I wouldn't have been like crazy upset. I just think Trey Lance is just you draft on traits. This dude is lethal in the pocket, man.
Saban called Belichick. It's like, you did take my boy. You take my boy.
Yo, well, Saban's telling there's a reason he threw for 4,500 yards and only 4 picks.
Devontae Smith. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just the Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle who got injured in the middle of the season. The man is an absolute.
Well, remember that who was that in the receiver group? Was it 2 years ago?
Jerry Jeudy?
Jerry Jeudy and Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, which he did not play with.
Like all 4 of those guys were first round picks.
Yeah, crazy. 2 first rounders in the top 15. I think 4 first rounders in the top 15.
All 4 of them.
All 4. I think Henry Ruggs might have been 15. Jerry Jeudy was like 12.
We'll look that up right now. Sorry for typing.
But listen, if you don't know anything about Mac Jones is surgical. Mac Jones is fantastic.
Henry Ruggs 12th.
No, shout out. Oh, I messed it up.
You were in the range. You're not gonna remember length.
Yeah, no.
And then Jerry Jeudy 15.
Boom.
You got that one.
Boom.
One for 2.
Both. I mean, Mac Jones is the real deal though. He's fantastic in the pocket. It's pretty insane.
Insane. How good those.
Well, that was our live draft reaction. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, rate 5 stars, write a review. We're gonna be on YouTube. We're on YouTube. Fucking subscribe on YouTube and hit that bell that people always fucking talk about it at the beginning of every YouTube video. Follow us.
You gotta point to it.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna point at hit this fucking bell. That's for video shit. Mac Jones. Mac Jones' brother looks like an All Lives Matter guy. But he does. He did. He does. He did. He would.
Congrats on your big day, Mac.
But subscribe, rate 5 stars, write a review. Thank you for listening. Hit the bell in the YouTube thing. You can follow me on Twitter at Brian_Alonzo. And then follow us on TikTok, First Team Second Drink Pod. Follow the Instagram, First Team Second Drink Pod. And then once again, I'll say it again. We're reviewing all the Fast and Furious movies 1 through 8. They're going to come out every week. It's from Echo Park to Space, a Fast and Furious countdown. Fast and Furious 1 is out now. Listen to it, and it'll be out. The YouTube will be out by the weekend. So thank you for listening, and have a great weekend. Hope your team did well. Actually, no, fuck your team.